Emotional like everyone else, especially when his family got in the ring.
The latest episode of WWE Raw delivered one of the most shocking backstage moments in recent memory, leaving the WWE Universe reeling as Paul Heyman, the mastermind advocate known for orchestrating some of WWE's most cunning and controversial storylines, reportedly convinced Jey Uso to betray his twin brother, Jimmy Uso. This moment, which occurred behind the scenes but was later revealed through WWE's official social media channels and televised recaps, has already sent shockwaves through wrestling forums, fan discussions, and social media. The potential ramifications for the Bloodline, WWE's dominant faction, are enormous, signaling a storyline that could reshape the very foundation of Raw for months to come. The Bloodline's legacy and recent tensions. To fully appreciate the gravity of this backstage development, it is important to consider the history and current dynamics of the Bloodline. For years, Roman Reigns, known as the Tribal Chief, has reigned as the undisputed leader of the faction, with Jimmy and Jey Uso serving as loyal enforcers and formidable tag team champions. Together, the faction has dominated RAW, SDP, ACK, and pay-per-view events, solidifying their legacy as one of WWE's most powerful dynasties. However, cracks have begun to show in recent months. Jey Uso has been portrayed as increasingly conflicted, occasionally questioning Roman's authority and the methods the faction uses to maintain its dominance. Jimmy, on the other hand, has remained fiercely loyal, enforcing the tribal chief's will without hesitation. This subtle division within the family set the stage for tonight's dramatic backstage encounter, creating tension and intrigue among both fans and insiders. The backstage encounter, Heyman's calculated influence. According to multiple sources, the confrontation occurred shortly after a high-energy segment on Raw, during which tensions between the Usos were already evident. Paul Heyman, who has historically demonstrated an uncanny ability to manipulate even the most steadfast superstars, reportedly approached Jey Uso with a carefully calculated pitch. Using his trademark blend of persuasion, strategic reasoning, and psychological insight, Heyman sought to convince Jey that betraying Jimmy was not only justified but also strategically advantageous for the Bloodline and potentially for Jey's own career. Eyewitnesses described the moment as tense and electric. Heyman, calm but commanding, reportedly leaned in and spoke in measured tones, outlining a vision in which Jey's decisive action could secure the faction's dominance while simultaneously demonstrating his own loyalty and initiative. Jey, Heyman allegedly said, sometimes leadership requires making hard choices. You have the power to shape this faction, to define its future, and to step out of your brother's shadow. If you seize the moment, you could prove yourself not just to Roman but to the entire WWE universe. Jey, who has long been portrayed as more contemplative and morally conflicted than his brother, reportedly listened intently. His facial expression suggested a mixture of surprise, contemplation, and internal struggle, the perfect storm for a high-stakes storyline development. The significance of betrayal in WWE. Storytelling betrayal has always been one of the most compelling elements of professional wrestling storytelling. When executed correctly, it can elevate a feud, deepen character motivations, and drive engagement across multiple weeks of programming. Heyman's apparent success in convincing Jey to turn on Jimmy introduces several layers of tension: familial loyalty versus personal ambition, the integrity of the Bloodline versus the influence of external manipulation, and the broader implications for WWE's championship landscape. This backstage moment is more than a simple plot device. It serves as a catalyst for both character development and factional storytelling. Fans now have a reason to closely monitor every interaction between Jey, Jimmy, and Roman Reigns, as the seeds of conflict have been sown, promising weeks, potentially months, of suspenseful, high-stakes television. Fan reactions, shock, and speculation. The WWE Universe responded almost immediately to news of the backstage betrayal. Fans flooded social media with hashtags like Jey betrays Jimmy, Bloodline drama, and Heyman manipulates, creating heated debates about the implications for the Bloodline and the future of RAW. "I can't believe it. Jey turning on Jimmy? This is huge. The bloodline is officially unstable," one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "If Heyman convinced Jey to betray Jimmy, we are about to see one of the most intense family feuds in WWE history." This is storytelling. Gold wrestling analysts also weighed in, praising WWE's ability to use subtle backstage storytelling to drive narrative intrigue. Many noted that Heyman's manipulation adds realism to the storyline, showing that conflict doesn't always have to happen in the ring. Sometimes the drama behind the scenes can be just as compelling. Potential storyline directions. With Jey now reportedly positioned to betray Jimmy, WWE Creative has several potential pathways for this storyline. Sibling rivalry escalates. The most immediate possibility is a direct feud between Jimmy and Jey, culminating in a high-stakes match at a major pay-per-view. This could involve titles, stipulations, or family dynamics, creating a deeply personal and emotionally charged storyline. Factional tension. Within the bloodline, Jey's actions could spark internal conflict, forcing Roman Reigns to mediate or assert his dominance to maintain unity. This tension could lead to a series of tag team matches, interference, or faction-wide story arcs. Heyman's influence expands. By successfully manipulating Jey, Heyman establishes himself as a key figure in the faction's power dynamics. This could allow him to orchestrate further storylines involving betrayal, alliances, and strategic maneuvering, highlighting his role as one of WWE's most cunning behind-the-scenes strategists. Long-term character evolution. Jey's decision to betray Jimmy could redefine his character, transitioning him from loyal enforcer to independent or morally ambiguous competitor. This opens opportunities for future rivalries, alliances, and championship pursuits. The historical context of the Usos. Jimmy and Jey Uso, born Jonathan and Joshua Fatu, have been mainstays of WWE for over a decade. Their evolution from energetic rookies to dominant tag team champions has been marked by in-ring excellence, charisma, and compelling storytelling. Their partnership has also been defined by loyalty, brotherhood, and shared family legacy, elements that have made any hint of internal conflict incredibly impactful for fans. The apparent betrayal now sets the stage for a dramatic evolution of that legacy. WWE has historically leveraged sibling dynamics to create some of the most memorable storylines in wrestling history, and this development positions the Usos for a storyline with the potential for long-term emotional and narrative impact.